A local rapper charged for a rival rapper's murder had his bond reduced today from $2 million to $750,000.
The bond hearing was this morning for Yella Beezy, whose real name is Marquise Conway. Fox 4's Sean Rabb in studio now with the details on this. Sean.
Conway's been indicted on capital murder with remuneration, meaning he paid for someone to kill rival rapper Melvin Noble, known in the music world as Mo3. 44 bullet casings were recovered from Interstate 35 November 11th, 2020. When Mo3 was gunned down.
What up, gang? I'm back with another video. I say I'm back with another video. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Yes, I said subscribe. Turn on your post notifications. It's free. Do it for me. Promo alert, promo alert, promo alert. Today is your boy NBA King Game. Make sure you go follow him on Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that like button, comment, and let him know I sent you. He just dropped a new banger called Belt the Ass. Hey, y'all get in the comments and let me know what you think about this video. The link will be down below.
It's the challenge. I push belt to ass like a parent when you made an F in class. That dumb shit that pull out the gun shit, and bitch, I stomp shit.
I'm back with another video. Let's get into it. Rapper Mo3, who real name Melvin Noble, was shot and killed on November 11th, 2020 in Dallas. Rapper Yella Beezy, who real name is Marquise Conway, was arrested facing a capital murder charge for allegedly hiring Kewon White to kill Mo3. Kewon was also arrested and serving 9 years in federal prison for unrelated charges. Yella Beezy was given a $2 million bond. Him and his lawyer appeared today in court for a bond reduction. According to his lawyer, Yella Beezy cannot afford to pay the $2 million bond. He only have to pay 10%, which is $200,000. Now I'm sure he has $200,000, and according to his bank statements, records show that he have a little over $800,000 in his account. But if his lawyer can get the judge to drop the bond to a lower amount, why not? And that she did. Yella Beezy bond now is $750,000. He only have to pay 10% of that, which is $75,000. And the reason she lowered the bond is because the lack of evidence the state has against Yella Beezy. Right now, the only thing they have is a witness that claimed to have been around when the conversation took place to kill Mo3. And the witness will testify that Kewon White was the shooter and was paid $40,000. I don't know why the bloggers is saying Kewon White is the star witness. Not saying he's not, but they clearly said the star witness will testify that Kewon White was the shooter and was paid. But y'all hear what y'all want to hear. The state also says Yella Beezy pulled out $40,000 in cash from his account days after Mo3 was killed. According to the judge, that's not enough evidence to put his bond at $2 million.
Are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Do you all need a couple of time?
We can already talk to her.
Great. Sir, if you'll stand for a second. This is cause number F2500154, style of the state of Texas versus, is it Marquise Conway?
Marquise Conway.
Okay, Marquise Conway. Mr. Conway, you are here charged with the offense of capital murder while remuneration. This offense is a capital felony. You talked to your attorney about what's happening here today.
Yes, ma'am.
This case is set for a bond reduction hearing. What is the current bond, or is there a current bond?
Current bond set at $2 million, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. And your attorneys are here today asking the court to reduce your bond. You understand that's what this hearing is about?
Yes,
okay, all right, have a seat. Is the state ready to proceed?
The state's ready, Your Honor.
State may proceed.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would offer into evidence for the purposes of this hearing, State's Exhibit Number 1, which is the PC or probable cause affidavit for Kewon White, that's Kewon, White, common spelling. State's Exhibit number 2, for the purposes of this hearing, would be the probable cause affidavit for Devin Brown. State's Exhibit number 3 is going to be a video of the offense. State's Exhibit number 4 are going to be the bond conditions that were placed on the defendant, in this case on March 21st of 2025. State's Exhibit number 5 is going to be the PSA weighted scale score that was given by Dallas County Pretrial Services on March 25th of 2025. And then State's Exhibit number 6 will be the confidential affidavit of financial condition that was filled out by the defendant. That's State's Exhibit number 6.
No objection, Your Honor.
States Exhibit 1 through 6 are admitted.
And we'd ask the court to take just judicial notice of the probable cause affidavits and having been able to review them prior to this proffer.
So noted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Based off of an agreement with defense, for the purposes of this hearing, I will also proffer the following information. To start, before I forget, the state did run a complete criminal history of the defendant, including both juvenile, misdemeanor, and felony criminal history. That information was ran yesterday. The court may notice that in State's Exhibit number 5, the PSA from Dallas County Pretrial Services, that there is an affirmative when asked about prior convictions. I believe it specifically mentions felonies. I will represent to the court, based off of all the information and reviewing all of the evidence that we have at this time, the state can find no prior misdemeanor convictions or prior felony convictions for the defendant, either as a juvenile or as an adult in the state system or the federal system. We would also proffer the following information, Your Honor. A state's witness will testify to being present for a conversation about the payment for the murder of Melvin Noble. This conversation took place in the days following Mr. Noble's murder in November of 2020. A state's witness will testify to the individuals present and involved in this conversation. The state's witness will also testify to Marquise Conway, the defendant, being present and involved in this conversation. The state's witness will testify to the amount of money that was to be paid for the murder. A state's witness will testify to the individuals responsible for the payment. That state's witness will also testify that Marquise Conway was one of the individuals responsible for a portion of that payment.
I heard that. A state witness would testify that Yella Beezy was one of the people responsible for a portion of the money to be paid to Kewon White. So it's someone else who put up the other half. Y'all get in the comments and let me know who y'all think that other person is. And do y'all think they will be arrested? It gotta be somebody that really wanted Mo3 out the way. I know who I think it may be, but I want to know what y'all think.
A state's witness will also testify to the individual who would receive this payment. The state's witness will testify that Kewon White was, in fact, the individual to receive this payment, who was originally indicted in State's Exhibit number 1, the probable cause, which is before this court. The state's witness would also testify that Kewon White, or to who shot and killed Melvin Noble. This witness would also testify to Kewon White being the individual who shot and killed Mr. Noble on November 11th of 2020. Again, this conversation took place in the days following Mr. Noble's murder. The state has also had an opportunity to review bank records of the defendant, Marquise Conway. These records would show that the defendant drew $40,000 in the days following the murder of Melvin Noble. And for the record, that was a cash withdrawal. These records would correspond to the exact amount which the state's witness would testify to. In reviewing these records, the state also became aware and believed that they would show that the defendant had anywhere between $800 and $900, but more specifically, $870,000 between a checking account and a savings account with one particular bank. 370 of which was in a checking account, a little over 500,000 which was in a savings account. The state at this time would like to publish to the court what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 3, which is the video of the offense. Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, before that's published, could I just address something with the prosecutor in their proffer?
Sure.
So it's clear for the record that as he recited, the state's witness, his proffer is, that's just one witness.
Correct, Your
not
Honor.
multiple witnesses. And that I don't recall if a specific in the proffer was when the date that this witness reported to hear this conversation.
I do not have the specific date written down, but I know it was in the days following the offense. We do have evidence of when this could have taken place based off of cell phone data of when the defendant was in another state and then when he came back to Texas. So we believe we have a time frame. As far as the exact date, I do not have it this time.
Anything else, Mr. Chair?
No, Your Honor. Permission to publish, Your Honor.
Yes. You don't want the lights off?
It's at the court's discretion.
Oh.
And Your Honor, this is, just for context, this is approximately noon on I-35 heading northbound. This video is taken from a Kroger 18-wheeler, and this is heading north I-35 into downtown Dallas on noon on November 11, 2020. Now, Your Honor, if I could draw the court's attention, if you look on the, I've stopped this video at 19 seconds. You see a gold sedan in the far left lane and a black sedan in the second lane to the left. The gold sedan will be the vehicle carrying the victim, and the black sedan is the vehicle driven by Kewon White, who is then the shooter, based off of the evidence we have.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm going to stop this at 1 minute and 37 seconds. The victim does not return into the frame. The only other things that the state would like to proffer as far as this bond hearing, since the court does not have a probable cause affidavit, of course, this is a grand jury referral. Defendant Kewon White was also indicted. You do have his murder probable cause affidavit from 2020. He was also indicted at that same time in cause number F21-75377 for Dr. Randall Graham, who also sustained injuries, a neurosurgeon who was heading north on I-35 that day and was struck as well. However, he did survive. And finally, Your Honor, the last thing that I would proffer at this time would be that there were a total of 44 fired cartridge casings, all from the same style of firearm as far as the caliber that were recovered on the freeway on November 11, 2020.
The defense called Yella Beezy's grandmother to the stand and asked questions to convince the judge that his $2 million bond should be lowered.
Judge, this time we call Miss Alexander to the stand.
And raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that in all matters before the court, you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. I do. You may be seated.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes.
Miss Alexander, could you introduce yourself to the court and spell your last name for the court reporter?
Yes, my name is Alma Jean Alexander, Alexander. I'm Marquis' grandmother.
Miss Alexander, are you currently employed?
No, I retired from Dallas County in 2014.
Now, when you tell the judge you retired from Dallas County in 2014, what was your occupation?
Deputy clerk.
And just for the record, a deputy clerk, what does a deputy clerk do?
Process paperwork from the attorneys for the judge. Basically handle the paperwork for the courts.
And this is a building that you were employed, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And back in the clerk's room, where in the old days we had a lot of paperwork, lawyers would take the file, take it back to the clerk. You would handle the file stamps and put all the papers into the file
And type up the judgments.
Type up the judgment. Can we back up a little bit? Just tell the judge a little bit about where were you born and when did you move to Dallas County?
I was born in Washington, Arkansas. I moved to Dallas County when I was 11, so I've been here like 63 years.
And being Marquis's grandmother, could you explain the dynamics of your family as far as where are they located and how many grandchildren do you have and where does Marquis fall in the family relationship?
Okay, Marquis was my first grandson, first grandchild. I have 11 grandchildren and 8 great-grands. Of course, Marquis being the first grandchild, we were always close because you're excited with your first grandchild, so you try to do everything you can and instill in them good values. He's been a godsend to a lot of his family members. He helps everybody in the family. I know it's hard sometimes because when you have people pulling on you and you just trying to stretch money, you know, it doesn't always pan out. But he's always helped whenever needed. He's just been...
Let me interrupt you just a minute. When you say, let's just go back a little bit. Did he go to public schools here in Dallas County?
Yes, he did.
Was he born and raised here in Dallas County?
Yes, yes he was.
And does he currently work here in Dallas County?
Yes, he's an entertainer.
Okay, and as an entertainer, so we can explain to the court, what type of entertainment does he do?
Music.
And has he done well in his music career?
Yes.
And in the music career, you have a persona, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And it's a persona out there for your career is different within the family fold, is that right?
Right.
Him being your grandson, did he go to church here in Dallas County?
Yes, he went to church with me often. That was one of my requirements when he'd spend the weekend.
And how often do you talk and have a relationship with Marquise?
When he's in town, 2 or 3 times a week. When he's out of town, sometime once a week.
His relatives, are they here in the courtroom today?
Yes. Yes.
And is his mother back there in the courtroom?
Yes, she is.
Okay, and for the record, could you just tell is that Miss Kimberly Rush?
Right.
Is his family here? Are they all here in Dallas County or Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex?
Vicinity, yes.
Are you here to just tell the judge he has sufficient ties to this community?
Yes, he does. He does.
Now, as far as, does he have any children?
Yes, he has 2 sons.
And how old are his children?
5 and 7.
Is he, have you observed him being involved in his children's life?
Yeah, we go to football games for the little ones all the time. He's always got them in sports.
Okay, so he's out there in the community coaching up his sons and other kids that play on the football team?
Yeah, I call him the Joe Jackson of the sports.
You call, Joe Jackson being Marquise?
Yeah. Joe Jackson was Michael Jackson's father. You know how he pushed them to be great and good. So I said that's what he's trying to do with his boys.
I'm glad you cleared that up. There's other Joe Jacksons, but yes, I could get that Joe Jackson would be well involved in his family.
Yeah.
So you're telling the judge he's from Dallas County, significant ties, and he's involved with his family. As far as you're aware that he is been arrested for this charge.
Yes.
Of payment for hire for a murder. And this happened back in 2020. You're aware, you saw the video and you heard the prosecutor talk about
Yeah, on Facebook.
Their version of the facts.
Right.
How long has he been in jail?
Oh, 8 days since last Thursday.
The bond set at $2 million. Has he been able to post that bond and get out of jail?
He's still sitting here. No, he hasn't.
We're asking the court for a $250,000 bond based on, do you believe that Mr. Conway could post a $250,000 bond?
I'm pretty sure we can get it together.
And are you telling this court that he's not able to post a $2 million bond?
No, he's not.
That's the witness.
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Ms. Alexander.
Good morning.
My name is Tommy Adams. If you have any questions with my questions, if I don't form them in a good way, please just ask me to repeat myself and I will do so, okay?
Okay.
I appreciate you being down here. I'm sure this is not an easy day for you. So, thank you. You worked for the Dallas County within the clerk's office up until 2014, correct?
Correct.
Now, Ms. Alexander, are you aware that there was a bond schedule that judges could set bonds on different level offenses within this courthouse?
Yes.
And are you aware that that bond schedule has since been done away with and was subject to a federal lawsuit against all of the district judges within Dallas County?
No.
Okay. Now, when you talk about your grandson being an entertainer, I mean, he's more than just an entertainer, correct?
Yes.
He's in fact a double platinum artist, correct?
Right.
Now, going back to 2020 and the years leading up to that, well, let me ask you this. Are you aware of your grandson owning a 2017 Denali?
Yes.
And what is that Denali, what is special about that Denali?
It's bulletproof.
It's bulletproof. Now, Ms. Alexander, I can't imagine in all your years working here at the clerk's office that you ever felt like you needed a bulletproof vehicle.
I don't need one.
Now, Ms. Alexander, would you agree with me that in 2020 and the years leading up to 2020, that there was a lot of stuff going on in the city of Dallas surrounding, and to be quite honest, our victim Melvin Noble and your grandson Marquise Conway?
I try not to delve into Facebook and hearsay because I know him for myself, so.
Well, let me ask it this way. Are you aware your grandson was shot in Plano?
Yeah, I was there.
You weren't there at 3 a.m., were you?
I was at the hospital.
Correct, okay. But you would agree with me that even if you're not on Facebook, I mean, this stuff was on TMZ. I think your grandson even did an interview on TMZ with those folks on live TV about this. So you're aware that there was a back and forth going on in this city involving your grandson as well as Mr. Noble, the complainant in this capital murder case. You're aware of that at least, right?
Yes, somewhat.
Okay. Is that the reason your grandson felt the need to get a bulletproof Denali?
No, he felt the need because people are jealous and you don't know who's gonna do what, when or where.
I ain't gonna lie, that was a good one, Grandma. Good comeback. Because if Grandma would have said, yes, that's why he got the bulletproof, because him and Mo3 was going through it, that would have been a motive for Yella Beezy to get Mo3 knocked off.
As far as your grandson being in custody for approximately 8 days, defense asked you initially how long he'd been in jail and if he was able to make a $2 million bond. And your initial answer was, no, he hasn't. And then when they followed up with whether or not he could make a $2 million bond, that's when you said, no, he cannot, correct?
Right.
Now, especially with all of your experience here in the county and working in the clerk's office, you're aware that when somebody has a $2 million bond, they can pay only 10% of that, correct?
Yes.
With the bondsman's help. Now, your grandson is a double platinum recording artist, correct?
Correct.
And he lives in a mansion in Frisco, correct?
Correct.
And he has houses in other states, correct?
I'm not aware of that.
Are you aware of him paying and helping to support other individuals in the family and also extended family and friends?
I'm not into his business like that.
You agree with me that your grandson is substantially well off, correct?
He might used to be, but if he could make a $2 million bond, he'd be out.
Would you agree with me, though, that there's a difference between can, want to, and choosing not to?
I'm aware of all of those things, but I know he don't want to be in here, so I know if he could afford it, he'd be out. Plus, he has other bills. He don't just have money laying around.
Sure.
Judge, a lot of us have been down here at this courthouse for 30 years. I'm not going to go over the law. I know you understand the bail bond and how we have a new law. I just wanted to point out in some of these cases where there's high profile, in the state versus Michael Lucky, that was a capital murder case that was in Criminal District Court number 7, the court that we're in. That was a high profile case. That case involved an NBA player that was initially set by the magistrate in the jail with a probable cause affidavit, where they had knowledge of the facts from what the police said. And that bond was originally set at $500,000. It was later reduced by the court to $100,000 with conditions. Co-defendant in that case, Larry Jenkins, cause number F2076397. This is the same set of facts case where the magistrate with a probable cause affidavit set it for $750,000. Another case in the state of Texas versus Antoine Franklin, capital murder case 522-76141. This involved a famous football player out of Oklahoma. That case was set by the magistrate for $500,000. Again, probable cause affidavit. He was later reduced by the court to $200,000. Judge, in dealing with the bond schedule, you have bond conditions here that require electronic monitor. They have several conditions with probation, check-in, and curfews. We're proffering to the court here that the court has set bonds down here in Dallas County where the typical murders range between $150,000 and $200,000, and a capital murder can range, in these cases, in between $500,000 and $750,000, where the magistrate set them. The thing in this case that we're proffering, the magistrate had no probable cause affidavit. They had no facts. And in this case, we're asking the bond to be reduced in these facts. We'll argue here, but I just want to proffer those three cases.
All right, anything else?
We're closing and we'd just like to argue.
Your Honor, I didn't want to go back and forth with the defense on proffering cases of bonds and $2 million and $3 million bonds, but the truth is, this is a capital murder for remuneration. And the defendant is charged with paying other individuals to take another human life. And he has the financial means and the reach to do it. In fact, I think it's important that there was another victim. This was at noon on I-35 leading into downtown Dallas. 44 fired cartridge cases. Who knows how many others were knocked away by the cars that kept driving by. Melvin Noble was hunted down on November 11th in 2020. A beloved son of Dallas. It could have been so much worse, and that's a terrible thing to say when it's a capital murder for remuneration, where he has paid another man to hunt down and kill somebody in broad daylight. Your Honor, based off of all the testimony and the facts that have been presented in this court, we'd ask that you leave the bond where it is at, currently at $2 million.
The court is going to reduce the bond to $750,000. The court took into consideration, certainly the biggest consideration was the offense, the severity of this particular offense. It's pretty egregious to watch that video. But the court also took into consideration the evidence or lack of evidence that the state presented. That was a factor also. Another concern I had was the financial statement that the defendant was to put on file. He didn't seem to take that very seriously at all. And that causes me concern about whether or not he's taking seriously the allegations against him. So I am going to set the bond at $750,000 with the bond conditions that were already set. But included on that, I want it to be very clear, Mr. Conway, that you are to have no contact, direct or indirect, no threatening or harassment of any victim, witness, co-defendant. If it's you or anybody on your behalf, there's going to be a problem. Do you understand that?
That's right.
Okay, you all can stand. I'm talking to you now. So that's going to be a concern. And then I want to make sure that you provide the court with correct information regarding your person of contact. Because basically, this affidavit seemed to be your way of saying, forget y'all. I don't want you to open your mouth. Yeah. Seemed to be your way of saying, forget y'all. So you need to provide correct, accurate information regarding who is your person of contact should there be any type of problem. I hope that you're taking this seriously because your responses in this affidavit kind of indicate that you're not. You understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Nothing to say, Your Honor.
Anything else from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
I just want to say this, man. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, and I'm not saying that he will, but don't be surprised if Yella Beezy beat this case. You heard the judge. She gave him a lower bond because the lack of evidence they presented today. They only got one witness. If the defense can destroy that witness and prove that he's not credible, like we have seen multiple cases, the state dropped the ball and Yella Beezy will walk free. But if that witness is a strong witness, it might be over for Yella Beezy, man. But y'all get in the comments and tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on all post notifications. It's free. Do it for me. Promo alert, promo alert. Today is Underrated Records out of Dayton, Ohio, presenting a banger called Wishful Thinking by two of their artists, Uncle Goo, featuring How You Do It. The link will be down in the comment section. Get in their comments and let them know, is it fire or not?
Take your time with your grind, you do awesome. Do it on your own, if you don't, it'll cost you. I've been in the streets, if it's beef, then I'm lawless. Never took an L in the streets, cause I'm flawless. Just to be real, I ain't playing with them. If you ever changed on the team, then you staying with them.
I can kill shit on the weekend, that'll be often what they talking about. I got that K dot, for that K dot, you getting me, but you niggas is pussy, y'all is kidding me.
They got so many bangers over there at Underrated Records, they had to give y'all another one, like DJ Khaled.
What kind of life is you living? You really a demon, you turn on your own kind. No, I know that they hate that I'm underrated, saw myself and that got me a new deal. I know deep down inside that I've been the greatest, I can't deal with no faking, I'm too real.
Promo alert, promo alert, promo alert. Today is on the count. Make sure you go follow them on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that like button, comment, and let them know I sent you. They got real life, real body cam footage, and they upload daily. Make sure you go check them out. The link will be down in the comment section.
You want to come talk where she can't?
No, that. You hear what I said? Right. How would you feel? Like, and I'm just supposed to say that? Nah, damn it, you already know how I rock. I ain't like that. And I'm sick of it.
I got you.
You feel me? You let me go, be a nasty, and it's cool.
Promo alert, promo alert. Today is your boy, Hot Boy Pooey. Make sure y'all go follow him on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that like button, comment, and let him know I sent you. He bite with another banger, man, and it's called Phone Them in the Back. Let me tell y'all something, man. This the type of track, and he the type of person to get him a shot, gang. The link will be down in the comment section. Y'all get in his comment section and let him know, is it fire or not?
Phone them in the back. 4 or 5 hitters. It's only 3 of us, but we got 4 to 5 blitzes. That type of nigga get everybody got.
Hey, do me a favor. Look down right there to the bottom left and hit that like button for me. Hit that like button right there. I appreciate it. Now continue watching. Promo alert. If you need promo, DM me on Instagram at music101CEO. $30 for 1 promo video on my YouTube, $50 for 3 promo videos on my YouTube, $70 for 6 promo videos on my YouTube, and $130 for 12 promo videos on my YouTube channel. Make sure y'all tap in and get that promo if you want to win.